Hey, you sure you want to do this?
Man, I think so. I think I'm ready. All right, put the camera up. Let's do this. Guys, I'm giving away the H2.
Say what?
I can't think of anything crazier, right? Like, I try to up the ante every year. I try to think of more fun stuff to do. And I was sitting in my office and I was like, let's maybe get an R1, let's get an S1000RR. I know people love the leader bikes. And then I looked into the shop and there it was, the solution in front of my eyes the entire time. I'm gonna give away my Kawasaki H2 is our newest expert bike giveaway. This is truly an expert bike, guys. This bike literally did 0 to 211 miles per hour in a standing mile. You need to be a qualified squid to get entered to win this one. But I'm running a special. If you head over to yammynoob.co, if you become a member for the all giveaway subscription, we will give you max entries to win the Kawasaki H2. It's one of the best deals I can give you. If you don't want to become a member, which I highly recommend that you do, but if you don't want to, you can also buy anything on the store. Every dollar you spend will give you 10x entries to win this specific sweepstakes. You go on the product page, select down on the expert bike sweepstakes, and you'll get entered to win this motorcycle. I'm really, really excited about this, honestly. I thought about keeping this bike, but then I was like, dude, I already own a Turbo Hayabusa. That bike's been near and dear to my heart. It's the epitome of speed to me. I bought this thing because I wanted to experience it, but really now, I kind of want to set it free. It feels like a giveaway bike to me. It doesn't feel like a bike that was ever really mine to own. So let me tell you through all of our plans with this bike and everything we're going to do with it. So I know what's on the tip of your tongues. You don't even have to say it. Yami, why would you give away your beloved Kawasaki H2? And trust me, it hurts me a little bit to give it away too, but I have some compelling reasons. Number one, it's great content and it helps the channel. I'm all about building hype and building amazing content and trying to do bigger and better things. What's bigger and better than giving away a freaking H2? There's not really a whole lot, in my opinion, that can be bigger than that. The second point is that it's just more interesting than your run-of-the-mill leader bikes. We've done R1s, I thought about getting an S1000RR, I thought about getting a couple other bikes, we've already done a Fighter Blade, and I was like, the supercharged H2, this kind of flagship pinnacle bike, we've never done anything like that before, and that's gonna allow me to make a lot of really cool content with this thing. As you guys have seen, when I took it out to the mile event, that was pretty awesome. So it's pretty unique in that way. Number three, there's lots of modifications options with this thing. So this thing's been out on the market for over 8 years now. There's all kinds of great parts and mods and different things we can do to this bike, and we can also modify to make it more streetable. We can modify it in the inverse direction. We don't have to make it crazier and faster and badder. There's actually some comfort mods and some of the other stuff that I'm gonna talk to you guys about later in this video. And number four, it's a freaking H2. Look at it, look how freaking sweet it is. Who wouldn't want to win this thing? This thing is absolutely amazing. Now, let me tell you about my plan with this motorcycle. Now, I know the other question that's lingering on your lips, it's, Yami, I seem to recall that you put out a video saying how unreliable and crazy this motorcycle was. Are you really gonna give away this thing like that? And the answer is no. We have many, many plans to get this thing to be turnkey, reliable, and a fun street bike that anyone could enjoy who is operating at that expert bike level. We've already put in the P10S battery on this bad boy, so now all the accessories are playing nice. We've tweaked some of the electronics with the Deadman switch and the key and some of the other things to make sure that it's not dying or doing anything weird anymore. In fact, I took this motorcycle out for a 100-mile ride just today, and it was pretty fun. Check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in motion on the H2 here. Just filled it up with some pump gas, swapped it over from the E85 map on the fly. No issues at all. Got this P10S battery in it. It has not died on me not one time while I'm riding, which that's the whole name of the game here, trying to make this bike more reliable, more fun, and more turnkey for whoever is gonna win it. Because, oh my God, I'm giving this thing away. I know, you might say, oh yeah, we just think you're giving it away because you don't like the H2 anymore. How do you think I don't like this thing, man? Listen to it. That supercharger blow-off is the coolest thing ever.
I still might get another ZH2, but that remains to be seen. But man, this thing just needed a couple mods. It's now turnkey. Well, again, like I said in the shop, we want to go further, but man, as it runs right now, you can take this thing out, go get gas with it, come back on your ride, no problem, enjoy it. We got the quick shifter going. Fantastic experience here on the H2. And I do want to implore you guys, I really recommend that you are an experienced motorcyclist if you're going to enter this giveaway. I really don't want this thing to go into the wrong hands. I think there's lots of you out there that are experienced drag racers, track day guys, you know, 10 plus years in the saddle type of thing, fast bike experience, that this would be a tremendous giveaway bike to win. Because look, I could have done another R1, could have done an S1000 RR, but come on, an H2? You don't even, I've never seen one of these in person until I bought one. That's how rare they are. And now we're on motorcycles all the freaking time. That's how crazy it is to actually own and ride this thing. And it turns a lot of heads. So you talk about a dream bike, this H2 is definitely a dream bike. And I'm gonna lean really heavy with our friends over at Booms Tune HQ to get this thing running and reliable all the way, 100%. Man, that's a fast bike. It's one of those bikes where you gotta mind your closing speed more than your acceleration. You gotta make sure you got enough space to brake. What a great bike, man. And I'm so happy we're going to be getting it to that reliable kind of glory of itself. You know, I want this bike to be what I know it can be, and it's damn close, you know? So it's going to be a lot like my Turbo Busa in that it's going to be overbuilt for what we're asking it to do. And that's really the sweet spot. It's cool to do all this thing to make the bike super powerful, but then you dial it back and you're like, oh, it's never going to blow up because it's way overbuilt for what we're asking it to do. So I am super stoked on this machine. That feeling of torque never gets old. And I'm really happy we already are doing those things to make it more streetable. It's on this pump gas tune now, really dialed in. It's on the bigger rear sprocket, so it's not pulling, you know, 4,000 RPMs in first gear going 90 miles an hour or whatever. It's really, really dialed in, and it's really enjoyable to ride, honestly. Like, this is a really cool experience. Super unique to it, that supercharger. But I don't know, I had to include this vlog in the video because I know a lot of you would say, oh, the bike doesn't even run. He's giving away a bike that doesn't even run. Well, guess what? Totally runs, baby. Runs strong, too. Got a lot of ponies underneath the gas tank here, baby. Now, some of you may have noticed that the deadman switch has a bit of duct tape right there. So I noticed that that was causing some issues, and I'm going to take it, whenever I take it back to Booms Tune to get it to be that ultra reliable setup, we are going to remove this because I don't want to have this bike with the deadman switch for the mile setup because it just caused a lot of issues. Just kind of rattling around, causing the bike to die. Once I got this duct taped and set in place, no more issues at all. So I'm definitely going to remove this whole system. It's really simple. It's just two wires going into the starter relay over here. I didn't want to do it myself because I don't want to splice anything up and you know, mess up the relay or whatever. So I'll take a look at it closer later on and make sure that we can get that thing all dialed in.
So following along those plans, I want to do stuff like raise the clip-ons a little bit. I want to get a comfort seat on this bike, maybe lower the rear sets a little bit, make it even more comfortable to ride, because although this thing is technically track worthy, I don't really think anyone's going to be hitting 50 degrees of lean on this H2. It's really much more of a fun straight line street bike, and I think it could definitely be tweaked in the ergonomics department to support that. There's also fun stuff like carbon fiber Farkles, maybe a different exhaust, because everybody gives me crap for this exhaust online for some reason, but I think it sounds amazing and it's not too loud. But Yeah, lots of plans with the H2. You guys are definitely going to want to stick around, but let's go ahead and wrap this one up, shall we? All right, folks, so this is really happening. I'm going to be saying goodbye to my H2. I'm giving it away. Hit the links down below to yamanoob.co. Get yourself 10x entries for every dollar you spend, or become an all giveaways member and get max entries to win this thing. And just in case the haters are still looking around the comments, if y'all think this bike is not turnkey reliable, pump gas, starts right up, no problem, idles. All day for you right there, folks. Hit that link down below to yamanoob.co and don't miss your chance to get her to win this fantastic Kawasaki H2. I remember some dark days in my past when I used to squid around on my H2, spooling boost everywhere, ripping fat supercharged wheelies, but then I found Yamanoob and I kept watching Yamanoob, and I implore you now to keep watching yourself some Yamanoob. Save yourself from squid degeneracy. Keep watching yourself some Yamanoob. Click on this video right here. Do me a favor. Do me a solid, folks. Go ahead. I'll wait right here. Don't worry.